Hey everyone, that time again, another new unit has been released, and new story. Now personally, I really like story in this game. I think the story is pretty good. I always enjoy the story the most. I'm the kind of guy that likes playing the story, just exploring and messing around and doing things by myself. Like, I like open world games, stuff like that, but anyways, the main purpose of the stream, like usual, go over the unit and the arc and everything, try them out, do summers and stuff. It's not going to be as big as the New Year's event. That update was more of a bigger update than this one, but I do like the story. I'm not going to be doing any of the story in this stream because I don't want to spoil anything. I do all of that in my own time because I enjoy doing that, but we'll still go over the unit and stuff right now because it's quite interesting to think about this, but Zaix is the first ice DOH unit that we've got in this game, which is surprising because we've had DOH units for years now, and we haven't had an ice DOH unit until just now. Now you could argue some units have ice skills, but units like Shift Zaix, he has probably an ice skill or something, but he's a mage, it doesn't count. I'm thinking of like a pure ice DPS unit. We haven't had one of those as a DOH unit yet. Now, just to extend the intro a little bit, I have been working on the maze recently and I have managed to finish it, so I just wanted to show that off first before we get into anything. Hey, I don't know how today's gonna go. I always say that. I always hope we get lucky, but whatever. I think it's a good unit. When Zaix first came out, I never got him, but I did really want to get him because he's a cool unit. Now, I don't care about showing off my teams in here because I don't think it's competitive, so I don't care about showing them off. I'm fine with that. I managed to clear floor 30. I've been working on this the past few weeks or so, but I've been focusing on it the most over the past few days and have managed to clear it, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I could do this more and try to improve my times, but I don't really care about that. I just wanted to clear it because I was having a hard time with this. Some of these stages are just very difficult. There's some funny things. I just want to show this off a little bit first before we get into anything, but like that shorts video I did of floor 23 was pretty funny. There's one stage here that I tried to do stupid things. This one, floor 5, 24 minutes, yeah, I know. I just tried to clear it. I didn't care about how fast it was, I just cleared it. And most of these people, pretty much everyone here is just cheating, but ignore those. I don't know what everyone else did for that floor, but yeah, some of these floors were a pain to complete, but towards the end, I think floor 30 wasn't that bad because I had all my UR arcs left, and I've still got some arcs and stuff that I tried to save because I didn't want to use, just in case like there's a bunch of some good stuff here. Like, I still haven't used these URs yet, which is surprising. So I could definitely get a better time on those, but I'm not worried about that. It's quite difficult. Anyways, been here for 4 minutes. I haven't even started looking at the unit yet. Let's get to it now. He does look like a good unit, and I am quite excited about a new ice DPS unit because we don't have many, and it's been ages since we've had another ice DPS unit. It was Summer Leona, I think. That was the last one we've had. And interesting thing with this is they've also got Zaix and Mia and some other arcs on rate up as well, but don't worry too much about that because the rate up for the new unit and the new arc is still the same chance, if I just check that anyways. I guess think of it as a good thing because the unit is still the same chance and the arc is as well, but the Zaix and Mia are kind of like a bonus rate up. Obviously it's annoying if you get one of those because you want the new Zaix, but still, if you don't have Zaix or Mia, then you could get something new, which is better, I guess. So, it's okay, it's an interesting thing they're doing. Let's have a look at the unit first. So, he does look quite similar to his original form, not gonna lie, just a bit different, but I'm okay with that because I thought he was a really cool unit. His design was pretty awesome, being able to just spawn swords out of nowhere and just... It's pretty cool, because I don't know that having anyone that has that kind of aspect of the unit in any other games or anything. There probably is someone, but I still think it's cool. So stats, nothing really to mention, just basic stats. Good strength though, that's really it. I think absolute resistance is -10 to thunder, it's okay. At least it's not -30 or anything, so that's fine. Resistance to stun, nil to curse is nice to see. Weakness to silence is, I can see that being a problem, I think. I think that means you can't use skills. I mean, you know, magic skills. And it kind of needs to do that. But as long as you're not getting inflicted at the start of the battle, you should be fine. Or if you're trying to save for later in the battle. It's most of the time it's going to be nothing to worry about. So his skills, first of all, I should have the thing up first. So skills, they look interesting. They look pretty fun to use, because original Zaix was pretty fun. He had some skills that was kind of like launching enemies into the air and moving around quite a lot, which is pretty fun. Kind of reminds me of Nero. Pretty similar. Like his skill 1 and skill 3 kind of. Mostly skill 1 I think of. So skill 1, just normal charge and deal a frontal medium area ice combo attack. It's 8 hits, so it's not bad, I guess. Skill 2, charge and deal medium area ice combo / attack from the front and back. So rear attacking is pretty important with this unit because he does have some buffs that helps him when he's rear attacking, so that's pretty important with this unit. It was with the original Zaix too, but with this one even more so. You'll see why in a bit if you haven't seen it yet. Skill 2 is 12 hits, so that's not bad either. I can't really compare these hit counts to any units, but hit counts have been increasing, I think, on most recent units, which makes sense. Either they're increasing or their animations are faster, or both. Or they have a slower animation but they have higher hit counts. It is interesting. Skill 3 is probably going to be the main skill you'll use, but it is a bit slow, not going to lie. So it's probably not going to be his main skill for DPS, but I think it's 100% going to be his best breaking skill. Because original Zaix, skill 3 was amazing at breaking. It was one of the best units for breaking for a very long time until other units came out like Murren and units like that. So skill 3 is 18 hits, which is nice. It's nothing crazy, but still pretty good. And I don't know the skill stocks or anything, but he's got some things in his skills to help with that. It is a close the gap skill 3, so that could be useful. Because I know his original form, skill 3, wasn't a close the gap skill. So yeah, it kind of helps. Special is just a basic ice combo attack to all enemies, nothing special really. I think it is the same name as his original unit. Void Crisis, the same name. So traits gets a bit more interesting. We like to see these more than the skills. Skills are kind of basic. I don't care too much about that. It's more interesting when you actually see it in battle. 2 weapons equipped, skill and special damage, 40% damage cap, 11,000. So he is going to be dual wield because it makes sense. He's got so many swords that just come out of nowhere. So why would it not be dual wield? That would make no sense if it was single wield at all. So that's pretty good. Battle start, give unit ground shrink buff that boosts movement speed when a skill attacking. So this is kind of like other units we've got, like Attack on Titan's collab units, which had the gas buff. When they were further away, they have a massive speed boost when they're trying to close the gap from them and the enemy when using a skill. So it's definitely not going to be as fast as that, but I'm hoping it's a decent enough speed boost, because that just makes the unit more fun in my opinion, because units like Levi I just think are really fun to use just because they're so fast. They can easily just use their skills without having to worry about closing the gap skills and having to put on more speed and stuff. So hopefully that speed buff is good, and I do realise, I've probably said this before, but they are releasing more unique buffs on these new units, which they're good in my opinion. It's just sometimes they're a bit more, you know, restrictive and conditional when the buffs are active. But this one should be okay. Ground shrink buff active when skill attacking, enemy defense minus 20% to deal damage, which is okay. boost skill hit count as well, so that's kind of like a Shift Balin thing. Boost skill hit count when you have that buff, so that's going to be active all the time. So you get 1 more hit for skill 1, 2 more for skill 2, and 3 more for skill 3, so that might even help with break, you know, because having more hits, you know, that might be good. I'm just thinking, but that's going to mean 21 hits, skill 3 is pretty nice. 14 hit-ish, skill 2, and then skill 1's not much different. It's like 9 hits now. And it's pretty good though. Lose buff when attacked, but re-give buff if not attacked for a set time, so I don't know what the chance of that is, or if it means it's guaranteed to lose it once you are attacked once, because that would suck, because then once you get slapped and take 1 damage, you lose the buff. That would be dumb. I don't think that's the case. I just think it's a random chance to lose it, which makes the most sense to me, but I haven't done any testing or seen much testing on the unit yet, so I've been waiting for this stream in particular to test out the unit, because I don't like spoiling myself on the unit. I like to try them out myself, so we'll try that out later on. Hopefully we should do. Trait 2, chance to evade physical attacks. I do like that, because chance to evade physical attacks, if you stack that multiple times, you have multiple skills that do the same thing and a trait, it could start being pretty good. Like, imagine if you had 100% chance to evade physical attacks, you just couldn't get hit. That would just be funny. That would be great, but obviously that would break the game, because then you can't take damage from physical attacks, and that'd be dumb. But it's still nice to have it though. Chance to make frontal attacks into rear attacks. Now this one's a huge thing. I don't know what the chance is, but I'm hoping it's a decent enough chance. Since he's going to be dual wield, he's probably going to be having quite a few amount of hits that are going to be behind anyways. And if you look at his skill 2, it does say that it is from the front and rear, so it's kind of mixing front and rear attacks at the same time, and randomly you're going to get rear attacks, and it's interesting. It's just kind of random whatever happens, because units like Jen, I believe, has all the time attacks are always rear attacks. I think for him, that's the only unit in the game that has that. Because it's so powerful and it's on a support unit, it's okay, but if it was on a unit like Zaix, it would be really strong and probably a bit broken for a physical DPS unit. Especially with his boost, it would be too strong. So it makes sense that it's random chance. When taking lethal damage, chance to survive and restore HP 30%. So here's the interesting thing. I think this is interesting. If you think about this, survive lethal damage effect is always active the first time. The second time onwards gradually cut the chance to activate. Chance doesn't reset each wave. So if you think about this, if you get incredibly lucky, you could basically infinitely survive lethal attacks. If you get stupid lucky, but I'm assuming that once you survive it like around 5 or 10 times around that number, or even less, then the chance probably going to be so low that it's not going to happen anyway. Like at some point it's probably going to reach 1% and it's not going to happen at all, but it's still a chance. So maybe it'll be like halving every time, like it'll be 100% and 50%, 25%. I'm just coming up with numbers at this point. That's just my guess of what would make sense, but I don't know the numbers. When surviving lethal damage, insta move to a random position on the field. Now, that's not a massive problem because he does have a close the gap skill 3 and he is going to have more speed when trying to use his skill 1 too, so it sounds good to me. And all of these skills, these traits and stuff kind of look like an improved Zaix, like his original form, which what I was hoping for, because units that we've had in the past, like Baland and Lagrabos, those two units in particular, they've had a shift form which are basically just an improved version of their original form. Same with Roland too, and I kind of like those units because it makes you think that you're using an improved version of the old form, which you want to use but they're too outdated. Now you can use their new form, and it's pretty similar. So I kind of like that, even though it's kind of copying the unit a little bit. I still think it's fun because then you're using, you know, aspects of the unit that are now outdated but now on a newer version of that unit, so I think it'll be fun. He does have some fun traits and skills and stuff, so I think it's going to be a fun unit because his original unit form was pretty fun too, but I never really had the chance to use him. because I never got him when it came out, because I was free to play at that point, and that was ages ago. So he's got a unique magic skill, which interestingly requires 250 MP. So use all MP to give all skills max skill talk +1 during wave and fully restore SCT. Now think about this, if they had this on an Ark, it would basically be an improved honey elixir, and it is. It just requires 50 more MP, which is not a big deal at all. That's easy to get, because getting 200 MP, pretty much every unit has that. If you look at his stats right here, he's got 292 already, so you're going to have that fine. So you get honey elixir effect, or whatever you want to call it, you get all the SCT, and you also get +1 skill stock during that wave. It's pretty crazy if you think about it. I really like it, and now I want this skill on literally every unit because that would be so good, but that's not going to happen. At least it makes this unit more unique. Think about that. So this can obviously stack with other ways you can get skill stocks, like skill stock skills. That's a handful to say. And also purple orb and Council of 10. You can stack so many skill stocks from those things and this, and you can have so much. So that's going to help with spamming more skills and probably make him a better breaker, maybe because you can now have more skill stocks to use. You can just use as many skill 3s as you want. You can have a lot of them, hopefully. And then some basic skills here. I shouldn't really talk about these because they're kind of basic. True God Hunter, we don't see this that much. Give physical attacks anti-god type effects. Anti-god type damage plus 50%, damage taken from god types minus 20%. He doesn't have any slayers, but he does have this. So he's going to be effective against gods, and that's it. What a Grand Brave is first time I've seen this, I think, which is interesting. That I kind of expected this. They're kind of improving skills like Awaken 2. We used to have Awaken 1 on a lot of units, but now newer units are starting to have Awaken 2 instead. Same thing with this. Units used to have Auto Brave, and now we've got Auto Grand Brave coming right now, so it's gradually everything's being improved, which makes sense. Auto Critical is okay. It's nice to have. He doesn't have Proud Force, but he does have some crit already, and that's fine. You can just put Proud Force on because it's only 4 SC anyway. Auto Haste nice to have because it's quite expensive, and you wouldn't want to put it on because it's too expensive, not worth it, but when a unit has it, it's pretty good. And Awaken 2 is just nice to have. You could put Awaken 1 on as well, but why would you, unless you're doing Arena, which you probably won't. Ice Drive, Mega Drive, a lot of ice skills, makes sense. More damage cap and even more damage cap. His damage cap increase is going to be good because he's going to be a dual wield unit. And there is no Ice High Drive, but that is on an Ark. I think that's the Megalodon Ark. I did learn that on him the other day, so we are already set. Critical Raise useful too. Now, a lot of backstab, surprise attack, rear attack skills here. So, damage when attacking enemies from behind plus 50%. Great. This one, I believe is a new one. Yeah. When physical rear attacking, boost chance for enemies to faint / break 100%, damage cap 30,000 / insta kill. So basically this skill means you really want to be rear attacking all the time as much as possible. Now, if you're not hitting those rear attacks, then it's not a massive deal because he's got his trait 2 that has a chance for frontal attacks to be rear attacks, and his skill 2 is a front / rear attack skill, so it's not a big deal because a lot of his hits are going to be rear attacks, but you still got to try and at least try to be behind them because that's going to be the guaranteed way to get those rear attacks. So if you want the best break, then you're going to need to be able to get behind the boss and then use skill 3s. That's how you're going to get the highest break for this unit and damage. So think about that. Try and focus on rear attacks if possible, but again, he's got, I believe his skill 1 and skill 2 put him behind the enemy. I don't know, I think I saw that from the video, and that is going to be very useful. Yeah, well, I don't know how you could pull him without even realizing. That's something I want to happen. I just want to do one single pull and he's going to pop out and I don't have to worry about spending crystals. That would be a great thing. You could just instantly get them. Love that to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen today. He's a pretty good unit, but I haven't tested it yet, so I can't give my opinions yet. But again, it's my opinions shouldn't judge of if you want to pull him or not, because if you think it's fun, then just get him anyways. It's up to you. Because with Graphel, I didn't really care about her as a unit because she was just annoying. But if you liked him as unit, then go ahead. It's up to you, because they're still a good unit. Every unit that's releasing is going to be strong at this point. Backstab, even more damage. Reverse cross. Rare physical attack, crit rate, and crit damage. Yeah, I haven't looked at his page yet. I want to see those because usually they're pretty good. So, surprise attack and backstab apply to all attacks, I believe. Even though backstab says physical damage, I'm pretty sure that that's just a typo. At least that's what I heard. Less speed is useful for more speed. Shockwave, dual wield, sword high boost, and a bunch of break skills. Kind of expected. A lot of break skills actually. Break boost 3, physical attack damage, 15% damage cap, 3,000 enemies in break. That's nice. I'm expecting him to be a pretty good breaker, similar to original Zaix, at least comparable to him, or a tiny bit better in a way. Boost break level, destroyer, even more break, and limit breaker, break 50%, even more break, so that's good. Whenever unit puts enemy into break, boost physical attack damage cap, maximum of 3 times. So, here's the thing, is that to get this maximum boost you need to put the boss into break 3 times, and that is 90% of the time not going to happen. Pretty much always not going to happen. Unless you're up against a boss with like 100 mil HP and can break really easily. But I don't think we even have a boss like that right now. So I still think it's useful because you're going to get 3,000 damage cap whenever the boss is in break once. So that's still good. And I think it's not while they're broken. Once you put them into break, you get a permanent 3,000 damage cap. That's what it sounds like to me. So this could be good. And one thing I should mention is he doesn't have axe high boost, which does increase break even more because he is a sword unit. So if you want even more break, put on an axe and put on axe high boost, because that's going to make his break even higher. It's not going to be that much of a difference, but if you put it on him, it's still something. And if you put on the Ark as well to increase break when you have an axe equipped, I think it's going to be a pretty good breaking unit. Probably not the best. Marin's still pretty good because his skill 3 is pretty fast. Giant killing, Death God. Death God with his Mystic Surprise attack up here. That's 2 different ways he can insta-kill. We can insta-kill from rear attacking, and then he can just insta-kill from normal attacks anyway, any physical attacks, so that's pretty nice. Now, more skills unique to him are down here, like usual. Trick Wrist we've seen before, it's on original Zaix and everybody else. When we're attacking, you get an item at random. You could make him into a stealing unit and just steal a bunch of items if you really wanted to, but he's definitely not the best unit for that, unless his paid equipments make it better, but I don't know. Don't spoil me. I will check in a bit. I don't expect it to happen because stealing units don't need to be strong, because we've got units like Phantom Thief, Robin, which I probably still use occasionally, and we've got other ways to steal items now, like arcs, traits, so they are a way to use like an arc trait on Roy, and it's just, that's what I do right now. Yeah, he'll kill very fast, so it's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, but here's the thing, think about it in a good way. This means he's gonna be a future-proof unit because he's gonna be able to farm more difficult bosses and even multiplayer bosses, which current farming units can't do because they're too weak. So you can think about it like that, or you can just say it's a little bonus you're randomly going to get an item. It's up to you, really, but I think it's still nice to have because not many units can steal items and it's just helpful to have. Activate barrier that nullifies stats ailments every 30 seconds. It's whatever. It's okay. I guess that's useful actually because he's got weakness to whatever it was. Solitary Knight. One unit does not have another unit's charisma buff, physical damage cap 5000, strength defense into mind 25% boost movement speed. So here's the thing, he doesn't have a charisma. So yeah, that's fine. But you don't want a charisma to be in the party because it's going to get a bigger bonus without a charisma. So in multiplayer, it's most time in multiplayer there's going to be someone using a charisma, which means you're not going to get this buff, but if you're by yourself, obviously that's quite easy to do. You just remove charismas and then he's going to be stronger himself. So I think that's pretty good actually. You just got to think about charismas a bit more and not use them. But animas are fine. You can still use animas because that's not a charisma. Different words. I don't have to say that, but I said it anyway. Stealth, draw less enemy attention, makes sense. Physical attack damage 20% when taking an attack with an anti-soldier type effect. Damage minus 30%. Kind of like an anti-shield thing, which is fine. That's fine. But in most cases it's not going to do much, it's only really going to be arena, and that's it, but it's fine. Crimson Edge combo is more damage cap. He's got quite a lot of damage cap, which I'm happy with. It's quite fun. The damage cap he can get to is quite ridiculous if you think about it. 2 weapons equipped, boost physical attack and special damage and damage cap based on hit count. So that's fine because he's going to be able to spam a lot of skills because of this. Hopefully. As long as they don't get flinched. And he puts the enemies in break and he's going to be spamming a lot of skills and he's going to get this combo up, so that sounds good to me. Sounds pretty good. Now, I think I did calculate it, and his damage cap when you're rear attacking is like 70,000-ish, which is ridiculous because we've got Saintly melee hits around between 40 and 50,000 as a dual wield unit. Now you've got units like Zaix, which is hitting 70,000 damage cap when they have everything available, when they've got everything, but most of the time that's not going to happen, so maybe a 60,000 is a better number when rear attacking. That's just a number I came up with, but I know 70,000 is kind of his maximum potential, but that's not going to happen because you got to put the boss into break 3 times. So yeah, I still think it's good. He's got good potential and his damage cap's pretty crazy, because if you compare him to a single wield unit of what we got right now, let's say he is at his maximum potential of 70,000 damage cap as an example. I know it can be higher, but 70,000 damage cap, if you compare that to a single wield unit, that would be equivalent to 140,000 damage cap on a single wield unit. That's pretty crazy, and obviously it's because not all of his attacks are going to be that damage cap, because you need to be rear attacking, and even if you are behind them, this skill 2 at least is front and behind, so when you're behind them it's still going to be front and behind because he's going to be hitting from both sides anyway, so not all of your hits are going to be from behind. It's something that can't really be done on this skill 2 at least. So I think it's interesting. I do kind of like these skills, they seem pretty fun, and I need to try them out. I don't know how fun his skills are to use, but his skills on here at least look pretty good, and has a lot of breaking skills, which makes sense because he is a really good breaker. At least his original form was for a long time. Surprising how long. So I think that's it for Zaix. And the Ark, again, it's just a normal SSR Ark, nothing really exciting about this Ark. Yeah, maybe it's just the animations, because sometimes skills look like they're pretty fast because the animations, they're just zipping around, even though it's quite slow. Like, one example I could probably give is Stately Melee's skill 2. She's going from left to right, and it looks pretty fast. It's just slow because the actual hits are not that fast. But still, it's pretty fun, so if you don't care about how fast DPS the unit is, then just go for the fun factor. But the only problem is they're not going to be useful for time trials and stuff, but that's not a massive deal. I don't really care too much about time trials. I mean, I do, but it's not my main focus. So, Bahamut, another dragon. I do like dragons. Traits, I don't think there's anything special. If unit is the only one in battle, yeah, that's probably not going to be the case for most situations. But maybe, if on a rare occasion, you're testing a unit by themselves, then yeah. Strength defense into mine 20%, special gauge fuel rate 20%. Okay. All attribute physical attack damage taken minus 10%. Dragon type only, special damage cap 3000. It's okay. It's probably not something I would use because you need to be a dragon to get that special damage cap. And 3000 special damage cap isn't crazy because we've got higher damage cap boost for special, like Eldravana, especially. Pun not intended. I did not say that on purpose, that just happened. I said it, then I realized what I said. But it's okay. I probably wouldn't really use this one for the trait. The skills, Mimicry Dragon makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Skill charge 1, Dragon Shield, Fury 2. Independence. If unit is the only one in battle, skill and special damage dealt 15%, damage cap 2000 damage taken, minus 10%. It's good. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good. But obviously, you've got to be the only unit in battle. But the bonuses you're getting from the skill alone is pretty strong. So I think it's good. It's just most of the time it's not going to be something you'll want to use because having a full team is pretty important. Now, two-handed bow. I'm secretly hoping that this means they're going to be releasing some bow units very soon. I'm hoping that's what it means, because why would they randomly give us two-handed bow and not release a bow unit soon? That's what I think. I don't know why they're releasing it now. Maybe just because I'm hoping they're going to release another bow unit, because we don't have many. It is nice to have this, but right now it is still useful because the crit rate is going to be useful on the damage cap and stuff. You can use a bow on like Vayne now and put on two-handed bow. That's going to be good. The only problem is we still don't have bow boost and high boost, so we're still waiting for that. But I don't know if they're going to release that. If they are going to release that on an Ark, then that'll be pretty crazy, but I don't think it's going to happen because they give crit rate. And they'll probably be too strong, but maybe in the future that'll be the power creep, is bows are going to be the best units in the game. Who knows? I'm just coming up with ideas. So, nothing crazy really. I think the skills are nice to have. Like two-handed bow is probably the best skill here, because I can see some potential there. This bow I personally think is bad, because the stats, 150 strength is too low. The trait is just terrible. But if you think about it, special being able to crit can situationally be good. Like, if you're trying to abuse extra attacks from arcs, which require crits, then this could be useful, but that's really it. Because your special critting is just something that isn't really beneficial at all, apart from allowing you to hit high damage if you're not already capping. That's pretty much it. Or the extra attacks, that's the only way that it's going to be strong, is if there are extra attacks going on. But in most cases it's not the case, so right now it's quite a bad bow, but it's useful to have because maybe in the future there'll be some unit that benefits from their special being able to crit, or maybe there are more things we have available that can benefit from this, but that's really it. So it's a normal SSR Ark, not much to say about it. I wouldn't pull for it specifically, I would only pull this banner if I wanted Zaix, and that's it, which I do. Mia is a permanent unit, this is a permanent Ark. There are only permanent arcs on this banner, and we've got 2 Zaix on this banner too. So if you're pulling on this banner, it's probably only going to be for Zaix and not the arcs, because you can get these anytime. I have all of these arcs apart from the new one. I got Phantom Crows quite recently, because I didn't have it for a long time. That's pretty much it. I think the main reason you're pulling this banner is for Zaix, and if you get anything else new in between, then that's good, but again, there's nothing else really valuable here, but anything new is going to be valuable. But we still have Graphel's banner, so that's something to think about. Would you rather pull on this banner for Zaix, or would you rather want Graphel and have a chance for a UR Arc? It's up to you, but I think, in my opinion, I personally prefer Zaix as a unit. But if I was going in a perspective of the new player, and they had a choice of either unit and they don't care which unit, then I don't know what to say really. I mean, I would probably say, I know the other banner has a UR Arc, but you're most likely not going to get this UR Arc, so don't worry about it. Just think of which unit is the most valuable for your accounts, and we don't have many Ice DPS units. Personally, I like Zaix because we don't have many Ice DPS units, and we've had so many Earth DPS units recently. But again, it's up to you. I can't really say for sure because Zaix needs more testing and stuff, and I haven't even looked at him properly yet. We know Graphel's a pretty decent unit, but she's nothing crazy. She's a better supporter unit if you have Vayne and other Earth DPS units, but she's still a good DPS unit by herself. So let's have a look at the training space, because I haven't done that yet. I have done the event already. It's kind of basic event with some story and pretty normal, but still worth doing like always. So this is the event. Haven't really looked at this really. Damage taken from bosses minus 5%. Now, some of these accessories, even though they're not the best, they can still be useful because you can use these in Maze. So you might as well get everything, because you might use this in Maze, and that's probably something I would use in a Maze. Probably. This one's a interesting one, because it's actually not bad, because 15% damage is a lot for an accessory, but you gotta be rear attacking. So just get them anyway, because it's not nice to have. You got Prism, which I'm gonna get already, because I want it. And you got Mia Prisms and Zaix Prisms. Whatever, you might as well get them. I personally like God Relic Prisms the most, so I'm gonna get these shards, because I want as many possible. I've got 7 Prisms right now, God Relic Prisms. I'm just saving them, because I know in the future, maybe there'll be some unit that I'm really excited about and want to get to plus 20, which is something I might do. Might as well get these materials because they are the things you need for Godforge. So there's some good materials in this event, so you might as well do it. Helps, saves time from farming. So paid equipment I haven't had a look at yet. Sword and accessory makes sense. We've also got other paid equipments here for Mia and normal Zaix. So be careful of what you get, because you've got to make sure that it is the right one for the right unit that you have, which is definitely going to be for the new Zaix, because older paid equipments are not as good as current ones, but Mia's ones are not that old, so I still don't get this one for Mia, because I think she's a dual wield unit. Mostly she is, for max damage. So Zaix paid sword. Ice attribute sword is pretty nice, because I don't think we have that many ice swords. That's going to benefit from Goddess Kiss, because he doesn't have that, but if you learn that, that's going to be good, because he is going to need the MP for his magic skill for the SCT and skill stocks, so you might need that. Ice damage 20%, damage cap 2000, break 50%. Already this is just a basic sword with some good damage, good break, damage cap. It's a good sword, Now, the thing that's good about the sword is the break, because we don't really have any break swords, I think. So that means you could have this sword for more break, 50% more break, and then you can also have an axe for even more break. That's going to allow for him to have even higher break than without the sword, so... And you also get damage cap and damage, so I like this sword a lot. I would definitely get this sword. But is the accessory better? I don't know yet. HP, MP, strength. Okay. Normal stats. MP is nice to have. Damage from bosses minus 10%. Okay. Weird physical attack damage cap 1500. That's interesting because it's an accessory giving damage cap on top of his sword that does give damage cap too, so that's pretty good. I kind of like that actually. Break recover time plus 30% of enemies unit put into break. That's actually pretty good. I don't know if you know, but original Zaix, I'm probably just going to go to it right now. Because I know original Zaix had something like that in his trait, but the new Zaix shift version doesn't have that in his trait. Break recovery time of enemies put into break plus 20%. He has this on his trait. So the new Zaix has it on his paid accessory instead of a trait, which is kind of annoying, but it's still pretty good to have, so I think it's a good accessory too, and this sword, I think they're both good actually. I would want to get both. This gives stun resistance too, but which one would I rather have? Well, it depends. If you're using Zaix for a breaker to help with units like Joker, who needs the loss debuff, then this accessory is going to be better, because the break recovery time is going to be longer, which means the loss debuff is going to last for longer. I think. That's what I think. And you're also getting less damage from bosses and physical rear attack, whatever, damage cap. But if you don't care about that, then this is probably going to be better if you want to break more often and you want more damage. The only problem is we've got a lot of swords available, so if you don't have many good accessories, you could get this if you want, but I think they're both solid. I would definitely want to get both of them, 100%, just because they give his breaking potential and make it even better. I definitely want to get both of these. I think they're good. And obviously the stuff down here I don't need to look at, because yeah, they're just old units, paid equipment, don't really care about that. Then you got the prisms. This time I probably wouldn't recommend to get prisms. I think both of these, the paid sword and accessory, both worth having. So prisms are probably going to be the last option. Get the sword or accessory first, it's up to you depending on what you're going to use the unit for. For maximum damage you would use the sword, and if you want to break faster you would go for the sword as well. But if you want the breaking to last longer, then you would go for the accessory. Or if you just get both, then you don't have to worry, like me. So I think that's everything about the unit and the Ark. Might as well go to summons next, because I think that's what we usually do. Could you look at the news quickly, but I don't think there's really anything to note. It's just new story. I'm not going to be looking at that today because I don't want to spoil anything. My plan for this is to do step gacha first and get those 50 credentials first, and then use some free crystals and see what happens. I don't have any of these left, but I did get some of those tickets just recently, so I might as well use those. And skip those, might as well. Hopefully we get lucky and get him as soon as possible, because I don't want to pity the units. And there is still an SSR I'm missing, so from this banner, I think we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4 things, I think. So if it's new, it's not guaranteed to be Zaix, and that's the disappointing thing. That's the thing I'm worried about, is we could get something new and it's not going to be Zaix. I don't want that to happen, but if we get something new, I'm at least going to be happy. So we're still missing Zoglis, and we're missing the new Ark and that Samuel Ark. So we have enough to get him guaranteed, but I don't want that to be the case. I'm hoping we get him before then, but we'll see what happens. Now, a thing I'm worried about, and I know it's going to happen, is we're going to get a bunch of dupes of Zaix and Mia and the SSR Arks on rate up, and we're not going to actually get the new Ascended Zaix that we're hoping for. This one's a skip. No reds in here. It's only 2 pools anyway. I was considering maybe doing some more single summons, just to make this longer, because I think they're more fun, but I don't know, we'll see if we get desperate. I hope not. Oh man. I'd really like to test them out, because it's rare that we get a breaker unit. Nobody showing up is definitely a skip. With a blue, that's not happening. At least we're getting credentials. There is a free temple at the end. Hopefully we get some reds. And Zaix. I think it's pretty cool. The only thing I'm disappointed in him about this unit is that his idle animation is bad. Look at his idle animation here, he's just standing there, right? And if you look at this idle animation, it's just a lot cooler because he's got his swords. You know, I always liked him for his idle animation because of the swords. He has like the best idle animation in the game, I think, unless there's other ones that I haven't seen or even looked at. Yeah. Well, I'm just stalling for time at this point, aren't I? I want to get Zaix as soon as possible, but not the wrong one, because that would suck a lot. The red doesn't mean anything unless it's a red. Usually this would be usually this would look good, but I'm not going to be trolled again for the millionth time, so no red unless there is, which I don't know. I'm looking for units. There is no extra animation, so we don't know what it is. Imagine if you get both. Well, that's interesting. That's the thing I was worried about. I was thinking, what if you get Zaix and the new SSR Ark in the same temple, the same pool? Obviously not. You get a Mia. It's happening. I didn't want a Mia dupe because I don't really use her too much. I only really use her for arena, but I haven't used her recently for that, so her DPS is kind of bad. Granadus dupe is good, but nah, that's kind of sad. For a normal player, that would have been a good pull, but since I've already got them, I don't need them. Free temple. There has to be at least one red in here, right? Probably not. We'll see. I want some new things today, like at least one Zaix. The SSR Ark I'm not too worried about. If we get it, then great, but I don't care about it. So there's a blue. That's not what we like to see. Well, three animations, but it doesn't always. There is a red, surprisingly. That's a lot of reds, but wow. Zaix, I don't know what to say. Did you see how many reds are in that temple? Well, there's Zaix. We don't have to worry about pitting him today. I think this is the best temple. At least the highest amount of reds we've got in a temple. uh, yeah, well, look at this. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds in it. How did that happen? Well, the good thing is we got Zaix already, and we also got this one too. The only bad news is we didn't get the Ark as well, but I'm not complaining. Because I think this is the most amount of reds that I've got in a 10 pool that wasn't guaranteed. That's quite surprising. I haven't seen that many pictures of people getting that many reds. That's kind of ridiculous, really. That's quite lucky. And I'm saying that too. Now, I would stop right now. We hardly spent any crystals, but I want both of his paids because I think they're good. Both of them are good for breaking, and I think he's going to be good breaker. I just think I don't want to pass him up, so I'm just going to get him now. Maybe we can get some dupes or the Ark, but I'm not hoping for anything at this point. We need 40, or just get 39. Yeah. Well, might as well continue going, keep going, because I need those paid equipments. That 10 pull is something you're not going to see again. I bet there's no more reds in the stream. The reds, they're all gone. This 10 pull is not going to give a red, 100%. There's no red in here. Definitely not. Definitely not. I can already know. There is one. One. There's still things we're missing, so we could get something. Hopefully. What if we could get Zoglas, because we still don't have him, and I don't know how. That would be incredibly funny. So right, we're at 21 credentials. We could get to 50. Because I want them. They both add damage cap. And help his break. I think it's good. The rear is a blue. I can't complain whatever happens from here on out with summons at this point. I'm just going to take what I'm given. 3 animations. Well, that's surprising, really. You should have expected a red. I thought there would be one. I think we need to do one more temple. Then we can do 9 singles, which will save 300 paid crystals. Because I care about saving crystals now. I'm trying to save them. Yep, looks like the reds are gone. There's no more reds left. We have taken all the reds from my account that are available. Yep, people are saying that they might release many ice units in a row, just because they released an ice unit right now. There's a red, surprisingly. There's only one. It's the same spot as last time. Yeah, sometimes summers can go terribly wrong. I'm glad that's not the case for us today, but you've seen how terrible summers can go. They have in the past. I think now we do the singles right. I'm just checking because I don't want to overspend crystals. I've got quite a few free crystals right now. That's good. 9 more singles. I'm gonna have to keep track of how many. I can count to 9. I'm sure I can. I'm sure there's a thing I can do. I know how to count. Sometimes I just forget. Because I'm talking too much. Yeah, I know. You get something new. It's Zaix. But it's the old one. And you're like, why? Why did they do this? They did this on purpose. Yeah. 100%. I'm just going to skip all of these. Unless it looks good. This one's a gold, but it's not good. Lilibet's not good enough. Unless there are animations, which there are, but again, that doesn't mean anything. There's a red. Why Why is there a red? It's not new. I wish it was. That was number 2. I've already lost count. If nobody shows up, I'm just going to instant skip, because I know there's no point. But, earlier I did do a single pull, nobody showed up, and it was a red, so that was surprising. This one looks promising, but only if there's animations, otherwise it's not going to be anything at all. So, hover over skip button, press skip button. That's number 4. Well, I think having more rate up things on the banner is definitely a good thing, in a way, because the chance of getting the new thing that you want is still the same. So basically the rate up of the other units and arcs are just a bonus. If we could get the SSR Ark right now, I've stopped counting. I can't count to 9. I think it's like one more, right? I don't know, I don't wanna... We will get the paid equipment, and then we'll start building him, and we'll be able to test him out soon. That's the thing that I want to do. I really want to see his break and everything. It's going to be fun. There we go, it's 50. Perfect. Get a sword. More break, more damage cap, perfect. Sword. And then you get less damage taken from bosses. Physical rear damage cap. Break recover time. Some stun resistance. It's pretty good. There you go. Now we don't have to use any more crystals for the next 2 weeks. How amazing is that? We've still got some saved. The only problem is we have less than 30,000 paid crystals, so I have to buy some more, but not many. I just need 3,000 more paid crystals, and then I'll be at 30k again, which will be enough for whenever I need to pity another unit, which I hope is never. So let's try them out. Let's start building them first. It does look fun. He is quite similar to this version. This is more like an Earth version. He's still summoning the swords. Same thing. There's a cat trying to get in my room. I don't want to let him in. I really don't. He climbs on the keyboard. He's shouting at me. He went to the toilet already, doesn't need it. He's fine. So, what would be an arc that I would use on him? Well, obviously, for breaking purposes, this one is the best. One of the best. 120% break. That's going to be pretty good. For now, I'm not going to be testing break. I'm just going to keep on Kaz of 10. And let's start learning skills. It's below an hour and we're already teaching skills on the unit. Amazing. Doesn't always happen. I could use a rainbow potion. You know what I kind of want to do? I want to get rid of this ultra rainbow cry stone, because it's bugging me. If I go to my units, if it loads, I should probably switch to Steam right now. I'm gonna do that. If I go to my units, there's this button down here, and I don't like seeing this button here. I want to get rid of this button, so I want to use it. I'm gonna do that. Might as well close this. Open up Steam, it's much smoother. Steam is so much better. There you go. And press button. There you go. Easy. Doesn't take very long. It's like less than a minute, it feels like. I want to get rid of this button, so I'm going to use it, because I don't want that button to be there anymore. It's annoying, so might as well use it. Yeah, I have a lot of blue potions. Man. Well, I'm gonna use it anyway. That's gonna save some time. That's probably gonna mean the stream's gonna be less time, isn't it? It doesn't matter. It saves time, we don't have to waste time. We're doing it. There we go. Easiest that I've ever built units. Words don't work. Least amount of time. 610 XP. I want to get to level 50, but it's going to take ages. We don't have to worry about unlocking skills, but we do when we get to 5th enhance, which we can do right now. Sword equip, physical damage 1%, whatever. Might as well try it 4th enhance first and then do 5th enhance in a little bit. Is it 50 SC already? Because I did build this version. I haven't fully built him because I didn't get him when he came out. He was one of those units that I didn't get for a long time. So let's look at equipment, I guess. He's missing ice attack, raise 3 because that's in his 5th enhance. We'll do that later. You can only equip a sword and a claw. Why would you equip a claw? Why? Well, I guess maybe. Sure, why not? You're not going to. So for swords, if I go to ice swords real quick, we don't have many at all. Most of these are not that great. This one's probably the best one we've got. This one's okay, but that's really it. So if you want to benefit from Goddess Kiss, you don't really have that many options. But if you go for normal swords that are not ice, then you're fine. We've got so many options, you don't have to worry about it. Like, I would use this sword. But it is a God Forged sword, so maybe not everyone has it, but just go for any sword that you have that's good, because we've got a lot of them. I know, it's another sword unit. We don't want those, but it's still fun of a unit. Next weapon, I would probably... Here's the decision that I'm thinking. If I was going for a breaking build, then I would equip an axe. But if I was just going for pure DPS, I would probably go for Trishula or something like that. Or just a second sword. So... I mean, there is an Ice Claw that we have. That makes sense. You know, I'm gonna do that. We've got this one. When a claw or ice weapon is equipped, physical attack damage 6%. So we get plus 12% for this claw alone, and then plus 6% more for that ice sword. That's pretty good. It's not the best, but I think it's a good claw to have, and it's ice too. Sure. I think this is definitely a good build, but not for breaking. If you want high break, go for an axe, which I might do later. 100%. But I still think it's going to be a good DPS unit. I wonder how it compares to most recent DPS units. Probably not very well. For accessories, pretty basic. You could give him more movement speed. Mint for a relief would be very good. And anything else that you want. That's pretty much it, right? Physical damage to bosses and boost movement speed. That would be good too. Not everyone's going to have that though. I got this accessory recently from Story, I believe, and it's actually pretty good. Skill damage to non-bosses, plus 10%. Damage taken from bosses. This could be good for Arena, because everyone in Arena is a non-boss. So, this isn't actually that bad. I was quite surprised with it. I don't really see that many other good accessories for damage other than this one, so I'm going to equip that one because it increases movement speed even more. I want to see how fast he is with this. Now you could equip anything else you want for damage or whatever you're going for. For a permanent build, I would probably focus on him as a breaker, so I would put an axe on, but for now I'm not going to do that. We're going to keep him as base skills for the moment and just try him out like this. So this should be good. 2000 strength already. It's pretty nice. Might as well awaken once. Not a bad feeling at all. I wish his idle animation was better. It's just disappointing. I wish they'd put more effort into his idle animation. With some, like, moving around his swords or something. Would have been cool. Use this one prism we got. We're not going to use any more than that. I have these 7. I'm saving these. Once we get 10, let's get any unit you want. Plus 20. Or 9 because we get 1 prism from events. Or if it's collab unit, I could probably already get plus 20. Anyway, let's try him out. I'm going to be trying him out with counts of 10, but problem is his MP is not high enough yet. Really? Well, I guess I have to put some MP up skills on him, which I don't think I learned. That should be enough. It is good. Let's try him out now. So this isn't going to be focused on breaking yet. I'm mostly just going to see his base breaking and damage against these normal enemies that we do all the time. In the future I'm probably going to have to find a different stage because they're going to be too weak. They probably are already. So one thing that might be interesting is you're going to see a lot of damage numbers. A lot of different damage numbers. Because rear attacks randomly happening. I want to see how fast he can spam his skills. I don't think it's going to be that fast. Let's use playtimes over first. So this is his base skill stocks. That is cool though. Ground shrink buff. 3939 strength, nice number. So skill stocks 54321. So his base skill stocks would be 432, which is okay. But because I used his magic skill, he's got 543. So that's pretty good. Let's start using skills. Skill 3 first. That's pretty good. This is without the axe and a break arc equipped as well. That break was not bad. Skill 1 kind of reminds me of his skill 2 on his original form, which is kind of the same because it is as of. They got weird names, but the name is the same as his skill 2 on his original form. Skill 2. How fast can you spam these? They're in break already. Nice. Skill 1 can be spammed quite a bit, looks like. Skill 3, they're dying. Yeah, well, his skill 3 is kind of like an improved version of his original skill 3, in a way. Okay, that's cool. He's still spawning swords. I do kind of like that aspect of him as a unit. It's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying out the story. I don't know if I'll do that later or what. This time I'm going to try it with Breaker Arc. Maybe I should put on the axe too. Sure, why not? Might as well start doing some testing already. Can I have enough MP? I do. Let's put on axe equip. Axe high boost. This is just for breaking purposes. That's it. Not for damage. That's it. Okay. Axe high boost. Axe boost doesn't give any break. This one does. Even though it's only a little bit. And then for the axe, I would definitely put on this one. 30% more break. Perfect. So this would be kind of breaking build. Well, his best breaking build would be with his sword and this axe. If you have it, most people won't. And axe high boosts. I think that's it. And this arc equipped. You could equip other arcs, but I think this is probably the best one we got. This arc that we got recently is pretty good. Because the skill, I still have it at level 1, but it does give break, so it could be good too, and damage cap. It is good. I do kind of like this skill, but I don't want to waste prisms. Let's try this out. I'm glad he has a skill that is like a honey elixir already on him, and it increases skill stocks. So I'm going to be using this, and then using a skill 3. It's pretty fast casting speed. Use a skill 3, see what the break's like. It's probably not going to instantly break him, but it should be a lot better. It's pretty good. And then I do it again, and it's going to be a break. See? That's pretty good. I saw a 60k there, I think. Did I? Am I crazy? I'm seeing some weird numbers. So if I use a skill 2, he's now behind them. But now that they're facing this way, so it doesn't matter. Skill 1, now he's behind them, right? And skill 3. That's kind of what you would do. Yeah, I can't keep track of those numbers. There's too many numbers going on. Well, it's pretty fun. His breaking's pretty good. Should I compare it to original Zaix? I could do that. You know, that would be a great idea. I should try doing that. I want to do that now. So if I were to use Zaix with the axe, and that's it, I don't think I have a sword or anything with break. I know there's like an event weapon, but I didn't get it because I was lazy. I know, I should get them. So I'm just going to do this for testing purposes because I want to see what his break's like compared to the new Zaix. Obviously, his skill 3 is going to be faster, but is the break the same? Or worse or better? Who knows? Some people know already. I don't, so I must try it. Because I want to. So he's got break already. He doesn't, here's the thing, he doesn't have destroyer or other skills like that, so yeah, that's something to think about. But Zaix's skill 3 break by itself is probably why it's so good. I just want to try this. And then we'll probably start getting Zaix to 5th enhance. Not this one, of course, we don't want that. I really want to do the story right now. His skill stocks are strange, 333. Let's use a skill 3 and see what the break's like. Yeah, it is less. It is less, but it's faster. Use it again, using break. That's all I wanted to know. That's interesting. I think it looks like original Zaix is probably a faster breaker. If you spam his skill 3s, it's probably better. You could probably break the boss faster. But Shift version has higher break because he has more break skills. Not because the skill itself is better, but because his weapon gives more break, and he's got more break skills like Destroyer, which original Zaix doesn't have. And Limit Breaker as well. So maybe they have the same break or very similar break, but Zaix just has more skills to boost that break. That's probably it. I'm gonna try, I don't know, this Ark, because why not? Might as well keep this axe equipped, because I think it's good. I'll probably do a full test in a second to see some high damage numbers. I really want to do that. And then we'll get into 5th enhance and do it again. There we go. That's pretty nice. $40k. There's some weird numbers going on, but I can't see the numbers. 57. I saw that. So you can see his numbers are pretty crazy. Now, I can't really fully test this probably because you're not fully built with damage, but let's try this with a better team, right? Try this with this testing team that I always use. And hopefully he's going to hit damage cap now, and we'll have a better idea of what he's actually going to do. What Ark? Perfects of God, yeah. I think that's it. That's good enough. Should be good enough. So I'm going to group them all together and use a skill 3 and see what it looks like. Maybe I should try and get behind them or something. Use it. I'm very interested to see the damage numbers on this. Might as well do you and then go here. He's pretty fast. And now Theopolis and then skill 3. That should be good enough. Let's see these weird numbers. I don't know what happens. I couldn't see. 74,000 I saw. Okay. Problem with this is I'm not seeing enough 74,000 damage. 40,000 is not that high. I was hoping to see more rear attacks, but I'm gonna do that again. There is probably some way to get most rear attacks, but it's kind of difficult. I'm trying to go behind him on purpose, like going over here, but I don't think that works. Maybe. Skill 3. 74. Okay, that was better. 72. Well, the problem I'm seeing is most of the hits are not attacks from behind. There's one problem I'm seeing. It's kind of difficult to make all of his attacks behind. Even when I'm behind him. Because they're moving around everywhere. Against a boss that doesn't move, I could try that. But would that even work? I mean, I don't think I have enough. I'm gonna learn his 5th enhance right now, and then I'll come back to more testing. I think the best way to get his rear attacks is to be up against a boss that you can't flinch. That would be the best way. So this is going to be easy. I just need to press this button, learn the skills. Here we go, even more damage. So what's the difference? 4th enhance is 30%, 9,000 damage cap. Goes up to 40% and 11,000. Not bad. Those attack raise 3 is going to be nice. It's going to be able to hit more damage cap now, so that's going to be good. Nothing really here. I do realize they are starting to give, well, they have for a while, but they're giving more materials available to teach skills to the units and unlock all of these skills, which is great, because that means I don't have to spend that much time farming the materials. I might need to at some point, like I might need green clusters, but I don't have to worry about that yet. That's everything. I guess we could try it again. Sure. So let's see if there's a better damage going on. Base skills mostly. I do have like a few skills, but it's not really a big deal. Might as well use that. I only have MP and the Axe High Boost. I could put more in skills on to. I could fully build him right now, but I'm not going to do that yet, because I like seeing the difference between base skills and fully built. I think I'll have the time to fully build him today. I might do that. Maybe I could even try him out in arena. You know, that would be fun. Should I use that? No. Okay. Seeing some better numbers. I'm not targeting the boss right now, that's the only reason that's happening. Okay. 66,000. He's still not capping. It looks like. Skill 1 has some good range. They are dying, obviously. It's kind of difficult to test it properly. I'm just seeing so many different numbers. With his base skills, at least. I'm gonna go back to... I'm gonna try something. If I go to this boss... I could try it out. Maybe. I think I might as well try out this and see what happens, because I'm trying to get backstab skills. If that's the case, then best thing to do is put on a Gorm, isn't it? Maybe. Or Granatus, and then I can change this Ark out for something else. Good enough. And I can just try this. This may not even work because I don't know his resistances, but I've got Council 10. Well, I got this, Theopolis. So I just want to see if I can reliably do backstabs on this boss, because this would be a good example. So obviously his ice resistance is going to be 40, that's fine. What I want to do is I want to use you first, so then I can use a skill 2. And that didn't. He is locked. Now I can do. Go behind him. Use this. And then. This. Wait for my skill stocks and then use Theopolis. And use skill 3s endlessly. Oh, I see. I can't really see the numbers, but something's going on. Yeah, because the problem is with skill 1 and skill 2, makes him behind the enemy. Now I'm behind, right? I don't know, I can't see where I am. Oh, where am I? There I am. I now use skill 3. Okay. He's dead. Well, it wasn't the best example, but it's kind of difficult to make all of his hits behind because it's kind of like Levi, whereas skill 1 starts behind him and then does front hits too, so it doesn't matter if you're front or behind because half the amount of hits you're doing are behind anyway, so doesn't matter. Maybe it's still good. I wasn't really showcasing the break there. I'll probably do that in a minute once I've fully built him, which I should probably do now. I think I'm going to do that because we've got time, we might as well. Rest in peace, Mother Souls. I've got so many, I might as well start using them because, yeah, I got so many. That's hardly makes a dent in my Mother Souls. Yeah, I still got 20,000. Let's start fully building him. I'm gonna make him a hybrid DPS slash breaker. That's why I've got this on. These two for breaking and damage, and these two for damage. Kind of forgot one thing, and that was his paid accessory that I should have put on from the beginning. So this is gonna be my setup, I think. And with skills, I don't think I need MP. Hopefully. What does he need? Well, good question. He doesn't need honey elixir, right? Can he use this? This is once per quest. The problem with that is you can't infinitely use this, right? So that's a problem because honey elixir you can use as much as you want. So that still means he needs honey elixir anyways. If you wanna use him for like a difficult boss that has a lot of HP and you need to use a lot of skills, then honey elixir will still be better. Or you can put on Pirate's Feast, that would be good for multiplayer. And then you can use this as well, that would be nice. I think he needs some crit with Proud Force. Proud Force is going to be useful. Any Slayers if you want, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'll keep on the axe. I don't think I need anything there. I could put on Fast Speed. That's probably something I'll do. Pride is a maybe. I might come back to that Ice High Drive for sure. I want to test, once I put all of these skills on him, I want to test if he can actually start capping all of his skills. I like having these two on. He's got a lot of good stuff already, not gonna lie. Sword boosts and axe boosts with high boosts, that's something I'm gonna need. A lot of skills that I'm gonna start putting on right now are gonna be luxury skills, mostly like Purple Orb. Definitely. Could put on more skill stocks, but that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna put that on. Giant Killing 2 is a maybe. I like it quite a lot. And then this one, I like it, so I'm gonna put it on. And I think that's it. I don't think I would put anything else on, maybe this. But again, it's not needed. So, I think that's it. Well, there has to be more skills than that. I don't even know if I learnt Pirate's Feast, did I? I did. Then that's fine. I don't think there's anything else I need now. That's it. Here's an ice unit. Might as well put Pride on now, and then I've got 4 SE left, which I'll put on. Good question, I don't know yet. Fast Métis with something else? Sure, why not? Fast Matisse is still pretty good for healing. And then I can put on some more crit. Sure, I'll keep that on for a moment. That's mostly damage and damage cap and purple orb. And I'll just see how it does. I'm gonna try that out. So, if I was gonna use him with a full build, I'd probably do something like this. And with all these equipped. And then if I was going for DPS, I'd probably put this Ark on and see how he does. So I'm gonna try that out. I'm expecting him to hit some good damage now. At least close to capping. Hopefully capping. I don't know if he will. It's kind of a test, really. He doesn't have any slayers against those enemies, so might not. I'll try it anyway. I also didn't put on Goddess Kiss or anything. But I don't think that's needed, because you can only use it once per quest anyway. So let's try this out. Yeah, I can see capping numbers. That's good. That was some pretty good damage, though. Skill 2, then skill 3. Kill them all. It's interesting. At least capping on the crits. I'm gonna try that again. It's interesting. I haven't been testing his grounded buff thing. I want to see that. So have a look. On his trait 1. Boost movement speed when skill attacking. And get more hits. Haven't really been paying attention to that. Really. I want to know if I get slapped once, do I instantly lose the buff? Because that'll suck. So I'll just check. He's got the ground shrink buff right there. I'm gonna get slapped once. That's gone. Yeah, that's not great. It's not good at all. How long does it take for it to come back? Wait, it's back already. Okay, it's not bad. So it disappeared because I got slapped again. I walked for a second. 2 seconds. Without getting hit. And now it's back already. That's not bad. You know, it's not as bad as I thought. Because as long as you're spamming skills, that's going to come back anyway. That's pretty fast. Use the skill 2, then skill 3. They were dead. He's pretty good, not gonna lie. It's pretty fun too. I can't really say how good he is as a unit, because I'm not really fully testing him against harder stages or anything like that in maze or things, but he still looks pretty good. And its breaking is pretty strong. Like I can show you again. If I just use this arc again. Or I could even use the new UR. Because if I got this to level 10, this would be amazing, because it would give him 100% more break at level 10, I think. And then 10,000 damage cap. This would be really good at level 10, I know, I just don't want to use prisms. Well, the God Relics stuff. Stardust. Because they're hard to get. Very difficult. I know I've got so many, I should start using them. I'm just worried that there's going to be a UR that I'm really going to want. Let me try. That's some good range. Almost. A skill 2 and a skill 3 is almost enough to break the boss, but he's dead already, so... What's the best way to get behind him? I see what's going on. I see what's happening. So they keep getting flinched, right? So they keep getting they're changing direction every time. Which means I'm not getting any backstab hits because they keep switching around and changing the direction they're facing. So against these enemies it's kind of difficult to get backstabs. But against a boss you don't really have to worry about that. It would be a lot easier to get backstabs. It's just the problem is 30,000 damage cap being locked behind backstabs is kind of a lot. Might as well use this time, because why not? Skill 3, go. Oh yeah, he almost died from that. Do it again. Okay. That's some pretty good DPS, not gonna lie. Well, at least some good damage. 2 skill 3s being enough to kill all those. I know there's probably a lot of units can do it 1 skill 3, but it's still impressive. And I could increase that. I could try doing that with 1 skill 3. I'm gonna try that. I want to do that. I'm gonna do that with this team. I'm gonna change it back to the way it was. I want to kill him with 1 skill 3, if possible, so let's use a Sarah, because I now have one of those. And most people don't have level 10 Ark skill, which is disappointing. So I'm gonna have to lose out on some damage cap. And then just put on Perfect God. That's probably the best one for the moment. If I were to get the other Ark at level 10 it would be better. I think that's good enough. I want to try to kill them all. Well, I could try Icy Guardian, that might be better, you know. It probably is, isn't it? He's got some good crit. Got all the crit ups with auto critical. If I put on Ardor, that would be even more. Let's just try this. It should kill them all. I expect it to. Should be seeing some high damage numbers. If you could reliably hit backstabs, his damage would be pretty crazy. I'm definitely going to try out him in arena soon, but I don't think he's going to do that well. Okay, we're waiting. Kali lets her go. There we go. Now I just need to do Theophilus and skill 3. I hope it should kill them all. Yeah, they get damage from that a little bit. Okay, yeah. I don't know what numbers I saw. I couldn't really see the numbers. But they died. As expected. Most units nowadays can do that, so it's not really a surprise at this point. Especially with Icy Guardian, pretty much every unit can do that. Should I do any more testing? I guess I can try against that boss again, right? With my full build. Might as well. Put Granadas back on, because why not? And then it should be fine. I'm gonna see if I can hit damage cap against this boss. I don't expect to, but it is a full build now, so maybe. Probably should have put a different Ark on. I want to do that. Let me do that. It does give more break. The damage cap is a buffs. So I'm going to be able to use more skills for that damage cap. It is pretty nice. I'll try him out in arena in a few minutes. but he's not going to do very well. I don't think so. Maybe he could be like a hybrid tank, but nah, because he teleports and survives lethal hits. But I don't think so. It's really not a good idea at all. Some people were considering it. So I guess I just need to do this, then go behind him, and then Theophilus. And let's see what happens. I do see capping numbers, I think. I don't know what I'm seeing. Well, okay, that was pretty good. He died pretty fast. That's some pretty good damage, especially when he rear attacks. His damage is pretty high. I'm seeing 70,000 numbers, but again, not every hit. If it was every hit, that would have been crazy good, but I don't expect that to happen. It's not going to happen. I want to see what it's like in arena now, so I'm going to do that. I don't expect him to do very well, because he's going to die very fast, and it's good enough. I'm going to just set this back up so I don't have to worry about it. He's going to die very fast, and I'm probably going to lose, so I should probably spar instead. Let's keep you on, because you're great. I'm going to do this for testing purposes. He's not going to do great. He's really not. I could put an axe on him, you know. Huh. Maybe. I could put an axe on him with this arc. I could do that. I don't know if that would be good. Or I can just put Trishula on instead, with machine boost and high boost. Which one should I do? I don't know, because Gorm has ice resistance. That's never going to be used, there's no point. Put everything on. I'm mostly going to be showcasing him for damage. So, he's got some breaker skills which are not going to do anything. I think for the moment I'm going to try Sword and Axe, because I know Axe is pretty good with this arc. I just want to see what it's like. I might have to switch to Trishula instead, because Gorm might be a big problem for sure. So have a look at my Gorm. I'm not currently using him, but ice resistance 30 can be increased. It's a bit high. I've been getting a lot of defense wins recently. It's kind of funny. So which sword would I equip? Well, Muramasa is probably the best one to use because his paid only gives 20%. And the damage cap and break doesn't matter. So Muramasa will be the best one. And then I could put on a claw. Nah, axe will be better, especially for arena. I'm probably gonna get disappointed, for sure. Doesn't even have special boost on, or any other slayers, so it's not gonna do well. I could put on Night Slayer or something, but I don't even have that learnt, do I? No. Soldier Slayer would be nice, but not gonna worry about that. Trying to focus on damage. I don't know what to expect from this. I really don't. That might be good to have. Maybe. I think these backstab skills are going to be pretty good for damage. But I don't know. Extra attack boost I just like to have. Now we can get into the axe boost. I need to put on axe equip first. I don't know what to expect from this at all. Purple orb? Maybe, sure. Skill charge 3. I think a skill 3 is going to be good. Maybe decoy, just in case. And now I can put on these damage skills. I didn't learn that one skill that I should have learnt. I need to do that. Besties is pretty important. Because I have it on Lagrabos too. I have it on literally everyone in Arena. I have 2 DPS units, and those 2 have besties. Because 15% for 5 SC for both of them is just very good. I should do this quickly. Yeah, I need to do that. Well, they all died. His range of his skill 3 doesn't look that bad, it looks okay. Nothing crazy though, like Roy S3 crazy. I'm still waiting for another unit like Roy. Probably not gonna happen, is it? Definitely not. I mean, maybe in the future. That'd be great though. Or some unit that's like a one-hit skill 3. Hear me out. A one-hit skill 3 which hits every enemy guaranteed, or has a wide area. Kind of like Shift Lagrabos maybe, where you can use MP for it too like Roy, but is a one hit which instantly kills everything. That would be even faster, that would be the fastest thing ever. Just gonna learn besties, and then we can try them out in Arena with all that damage. It should be okay, but against tank teams probably not crazy good. Might as well learn other things on other units. Because why not? Why not? Helps towards quests and stuff. I'm usually lazy with teaching skills. You can probably tell if you look at my account. I don't have that many skills learned on units. I should have more. I really should. I think that's all I need. I learnt pretty much everything else I needed the other day. Even before it was even confirmed that it was Zaix, I thought it was going to be him. Who else would it be? We've been seeing Zaix a lot in story recently. Couldn't be anyone else unless it was a completely new unit, which could be the case. I'm wondering if they release or show any more new units in the story in this update or not. Because maybe that will give us an idea of what the next unit's going to be in 2 weeks. Possibly. So now I've got this. What else do I want? Don't know. Because I got 11 SC left, so I could put this on. That means I have machine type. I could just start putting on HP ups and stuff. Maybe. I'll just check. I'm pretty sure I have everything I wanted. More movement speed. I don't think I need movement speed. Physical damage healing as a maybe. Sky High 2, I could do that. Add some more damage. And then I got 4 left, which can't be used on. At this point it doesn't matter. I think I just put it on HP. Then I could try him out, but I don't think it's going to do very much. Now we can put the axe on. Hoping this works. Would I put this on? No, it doesn't do anything for arena. No point putting that on. So what do I put on? Just the normal accessories that I put on. Probably a revive to help. And that's it. So if I were to use him in arena, I would have this build. But I might need to change it around a bit. I don't know if axe is the best option. His stats don't look the best, but it's fine. He's got a lot of buffs. Should be okay, maybe, for damage, but I don't know. I want to try it out. This might go terribly wrong. For that reason, I want to go against a semi-tank team. Maybe not a full tank team, but like someone that's not too dangerous, but also not too tanky at the same time, like this one. But Lagrange is going to be a problem for sure. So I don't know if it's on auto. It might be. I hope not. It's not. So who do I target? You. Okay. I don't know what to think yet. Maybe because he has good movement speed, he could be good, yeah. Ah. Okay. I'm wondering what damage numbers I'm going to see from this. $12k? You know, that's pretty good. I know Lagravos killed him, but here's the thing. His damage is decent, and his rear attacks are going to be pretty crazy damage. So, there's a chance that there could be some insane numbers. 23,000? Yeah, he did pretty well there. That's not bad. You know, that's not bad. He's probably not going to be a good unit for auto though. He's going to just suicide into everything. Maybe now I can go for a more tanky team just to try it out. But I don't expect it to do very much at all against this team in particular. Any tank teams? No, not really. Yeah, I can already tell he's not doing enough. Well, he died. Murren, minus ice resistance, maybe something. Not really. Not really. I mean, he is pretty tanky, always is. Movement speed is pretty nice. He killed Sarah pretty well. If you're going up against a lot of Gorms, then you probably want to have Trishula. Because I don't think he can kill a Gorm. Well, he just did, somehow. Sarah died. It's not bad. I'm just not impressed with it either. It's nothing crazy. At the same time, it's okay. Okay, they're dying, and they're dead. It's pretty good, but there's definitely better units for tank teams. He's not going to be the best for it. I don't think he's even going to be a good arena unit, but who knows, maybe he might be. His damage was okay. It's not bad. Maybe most units that are released right now can do that, I don't know. Seems like it. Maybe go for a less tanky team now, but not one of those crazy teams that has Amelia, because I don't want to do that. Don't want to deal with that. There's too many teams that have... See, like this is just... You get destroyed by those teams, and then these, they're just tanky. So, there's no in-between. I'm mostly looking for an in-between, you know, like... I don't know if this will work. Obviously I could kill Eliza, but... I don't think he can kill Gorm well at all. And Vayne's obviously a problem. Maybe I can get some good damage out of this. Who knows? What's the damage against Vayne? I don't know. Probably not enough. Probably gonna end up dying because of it. Well, he is dead somehow. I'm waiting for Eliza to come back and then I can just... There you go. Skill 3. I want to see some crazy numbers, but I don't think I'm going to. It's not bad. I'm only really killing those two though, I'm not really killing anyone else. I'm not good at playing with this on the computer, I swear. Well, they're dead. We're 7, 6... It's not crazy numbers. Maybe there was a crazy number I didn't see. There was a backstab. There's a small chance that could happen. If you were doing a single wheel build. 29,000? That's not bad. We've seen higher. But as a dual wheel unit, it's actually pretty good. Is that better than Mia? I don't know. I personally feel like Mia's pretty strong in arena, but she's not very tanky, so she dies very easily, especially against Vayne. She just doesn't survive anything. I'll probably do a few more, just because it's usually fun doing this. Okay. I'll go for you. That worked. And you're dead. Can't really do much against Gorm, I think. You're dead. You're dying. You're gone. It's pretty good. I think it helps because he's got good movement speed. He's got good movement speed, that's what helps him. And if he doesn't get hit, he does pretty well. And in his trait, in his trait he's got some piercing already, so maybe now I can try Trishula, just to test that instead. I think I will. What is Vayne's resistances, by the way? I think he has ice resistance, doesn't he? No, but some people might. Because when he has the ground shrink buff, defense minus 20%, deal damage, so he already has some piercing. You know what? I don't have piercing on here. I should put piercing on here, right? And then put machine on. That should be good. I'll put Trisha on, with machine boost and piercing. But I don't think I have piercing learnt. I don't. And then I can try it out again just to see if there's any difference. I'm gonna do that. Well, here's the thing. His break's very good because he has better break skills. So I think overall his break is probably better than original Zaix, but the only problem is original Zaix skill 3 is faster, so you can spam it faster and break faster. But with the new Zaix, you have more skills available and has a bit more break overall because he's got more skills for it. And he's got equipment for it and stuff. And his DPS is pretty good too. His damage is pretty good. So I think he's a pretty good unit at least right now, and we don't have many break units. They don't really release those units too much. So it's also an ice unit too, so I feel like he definitely fills a gap that we needed for a while, which is ice DPS but also a breaker. I mean, we don't need a breaker at this point, but it's still nice to have another breaker available to us, and with a different element. So, I still need to probably test him, but I've done a lot of testing already. He seems pretty good, and pretty fun to use. In Arena he's not bad. I'm still trying him out with a few builds, and then I'll probably finish up soon because it's been already 2 hours, and I'm already tired of talking for too long. Man. Already done those. I think they just reset that 1 second. They just reset right now. Perfect timing. Well, I should do that actually. I should do that in a minute. I can compare Murren's break to Zaix in a second, but let's say even if Murren had a little bit less break, Murren would probably be better because his skill 3 is very fast. So I've heard people say they think Murren's better as a breaker. So if you care about a breaking unit and that's it, then Murren's probably the best one to use. But again, you've got to think about they are different element units. So let's say you're using Murren against someone that has 100 fire resistance. Yes, he's going to be good for breaking the boss, but he's going to do literally 0 damage because you kind of need the weapons for breaking, and you can't really put Trishula on unless you lose out on a bit of break. So, and Murren needs a machine as well, and Zaix needs a sword. Your next second weapon is going to be an axe for more break, so you can't really put Trishula on. I'm going to try it out now, just because I want to. I think it'll be interesting, but I think Murren's skill 3 is just very fast. Having a fast skill 3 that has high break is why, which those are the best breaker units that have fast skill 3s with high break and a lot of break skills. Yeah, no problem. I personally like thinking about this stuff too. This information is still useful to me most of the time because I'm still testing it out. It's pretty fun though. I can remove that and put on this arc. I should have, yeah, because this gives break 50%, same as Zaix's weapon, and I could put this axe on, so they have the same break from weapons. But the skills, what break skills does Murren have? Breaker, he doesn't have Destroyer, and Destroyer isn't on an arc yet. Okay. What I'm seeing is Zaix has so many breaking skills on his kit, more than Murren. Do I have? I do. But watch this. Don't flinch me, please. Well, you see that. Yeah, Murren's break looks like it's a very small bit better than Zaix break. And that says something because Zaix has even more breaker skills. I just think Morin's skill 3 break value is probably just higher. Well, maybe his trait adds break, that might be it. Yeah, Morin's still the best breaker. Morin's still a better breaker, for sure. I think his trait has some break, if I remember. If I compare to Zaix right now, Zaix is slower as well, so yeah, Morin's definitely better in that way. I don't think there's any break in the trait. That's fine. But yeah, spamming Morin's skill 3 is definitely going to be the best breaking we have, I think. There might be a better breaking unit. DXR doesn't count. He's just a little robot that breaks a lot, for whatever reason. Well, here's the thing, it's up to you, but why I think Zaix is more valuable is because he's an ice DPS unit and we don't have many in the game currently. So that adds more value to him as a unit. So you see his break is kind of the same. They pretty much did the same amount. Maybe Morin did a tiny bit more, it's kind of hard to see, but Zaix's skill 3 is a tiny bit slower and you can't really spam it like Morin's skill 3, so Morin is definitely a better breaker, and now the boss is dead already. I'm gonna go back to Triman Arena, but yeah, Morin's definitely a better breaker, but his DPS is worse, obviously. But Morin is kind of like a hybrid tank as well, so yeah, Morin is just pretty good. Morin should have been a DOH unit, he's that good. He shouldn't be a permanent unit. He's too good. He's a tank, and a breaker, and a DPS, and he's a machine. And he's pretty good for arena. You can, as people are using Morin in arena a lot now. I'm one of those people. As you can see, I'm using him right now. Yeah, he's a pretty good tank. Crazy. So let's try to change this build up a bit. So I'm gonna have to remove a few skills, I think. I'm gonna use machine instead this time. And put on machine boost and high boost. I don't know if this will be better. We'll see. And I'll also put on piercing. 1 SC. You gotta be joking. I hate when that happens. Because I don't have a cheap skill that I can remove. Fine. I'll just remove that. And then put on Corrupt 1 instead. Because why not? That's good enough. And then machine is going to be Trishula. Very clearly. You could try putting on something else. Nah, I think that's good. Well, extra attack boost, because Zaix is dual wield, that applies to the second hit. For 3 SC you're getting 10% more damage to your second hit of dual wield. I believe that's how it works, because that is an extra attack. I would think. If not, that's dumb, and I'm wrong, but I think the thing is also I could try another build where I go with the Icy Guardian route crits. Now I need to change my arc. Ooh. Good point. Well, I'll try Icy Guardian, maybe. Not yet. First of all, I have to change the build again. Where is it? There you are. There we go. Well, I'm pretty sure it does. I could check, but it probably explains why Luke's so strong. Because the second hit dual wield. Pursuit damage 10%. That's all it says. Well, extra attack boost. Yeah, that's all it says. It just says pursuit damage. Whatever that means, I don't know the stuff behind it. That's all I know. I'm just assuming that it does work. If not, then that means I could just remove it. I'll probably remove it in a little bit. It's not super important anyway. I'm gonna try this build with Trishula, Piercing, Machine Boost, and yeah, with this arc for 40% more damage and more movement speed. So this should be good. I don't know if it'll be better. I don't know if it'll be stronger than the axe or not. I don't know what to say. We just got to see. It's kind of hard to tell the difference sometimes. But if I start doing a few battles and I see bigger numbers, then I'll know. The rear, go. Dead instantly. Okay, go. You're not gonna kill Myron, are you? Obviously not, because he's tanky, but he's almost... He's gone. Really? Myron's dead. Yep. Kill you. You're dead. I hope I'm seeing some really high numbers. Now I can do some damage against Gorm, hopefully, because I got Trisha on. Kill you. There you go. It's quite fun, even if it's not the strongest. I want to kill Gorm, but I don't think that's going to happen. Especially when Thuri is here. She's not going to allow that to happen. Kill Gorm now, do it. Spam. Okay. Lagrabos killed everything, I think. Yep. Well, that's fine. That was actually good. That was pretty good. What was the damage numbers? Probably not crazy because it's a tank team after all. If I see anything like 20k, I'm maybe surprised. Well, 30k, we haven't reached that number yet. 19,000? Not bad. Maybe I should spar the people that I've already attacked. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Because then I can properly test. Right. Let's see if the damage is higher. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go for you. You're gonna die instantly. Yep, as expected. You're gonna be a problem because you might just instantly kill Zaix at any moment. So, yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to suicide in there, but I'm gonna be dumb. I'm gonna press the skill 3 button right now. And I'm gonna die. Well... Yeah, that pretty much happened. Why did I do that? I don't know. I thought it was a good idea. Yeah, now there's the... Yeah... Yeah, you can see Zaix's survivability is not great, and now I can't move, so... Can you just heal for a moment? I'm just sparring, so it doesn't really matter what happens, but I just want to have a better idea of what this is like. I want to see good numbers. You're going to get flinched out of that, obviously. Now you're going to die because you're right next to Myron's face. Good news is I've got revives, but it's not enough. I don't like magic, by the way. Because it's annoying. I'm going to do something better. Really, I don't want to log in again. Why are you telling me to log in? I was already logged in. Game doesn't want me to test this. Maybe it knows that it's too strong. It's like, I don't want you to try it out. It's not loading. Well, I'm just gonna have to close this, aren't I? Game being stupid. Great. Yeah. There you go. I know it says 3rd anniversary. I like this wallpaper, don't judge me. It's pretty cool. It fits well for the live stream stuff, because then you got, you know. I still want to test it out. Come on, we've been here for like 2 hours. Over 2 hours at this point. I still want to do a few builds for Arena just to check. Don't tell me to log in again. I'll go against this team because we did it before. I don't know what we hit last time. I guess I can check. Maybe. I don't really know. Personally. I mean, there's probably so many characters in this world that obviously some are going to look similar. Go, go, go. Pretty good. Okay. Skill 3. They're all dying. That's pretty good. I know it's not a tank team, but still good enough. I'm just gonna not worry about things. Okay, I have to worry about things. Skill 3. They're dead. What numbers did we hit that time? I don't think they were that crazy. I just want to know if the numbers are higher with the axe and that arc, or with this. 16,000? It's difficult to say. I think if you're up against a Shift Gorm, I think the numbers can be better like this build. I could also try Icy Guardian instead of this. I could try Icy Guardian instead of this Ark, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's do a few more teams, because why not? Yeah, well, if you get lucky and just getting a lot of these new units, then it's a good thing really, but trying to build all these units sometimes quite difficult. I hope I see some good numbers here. Yeah, that's the problem. Expected that to happen. Okay. I don't know what happened, it's hard to see. Of course, Lagravos. They always release units once every 2 weeks at least. I know that's probably a bit often, and most of these units we don't even need to use because we don't have the content to use them in. 10,000? Yeah, Vayne is pretty good. He's definitely worth having. I don't know if I want to attack this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, great. Like, if you were doing summons and then the game closed itself, that would be interesting. Can you kill everyone? Obviously Morin not gonna die. go. Okay, wait. Okay, never mind. Great. Yeah, now everyone's gonna die. Because Marin's in the wrong spot. I think. Go down there. You need to heal. What do I do? I don't know. Nothing, just try. Use skills. There you go. That's better. Yeah, he can't really kill Marin is the thing. Which makes sense, because he's too tanky. But he is fire. They're dead. Yeah, I don't know. Just be glad you got him anyway. So far I'm not seeing that crazy high numbers like with the other Ark. 17,000. The highest we saw with the other build was 29,000, I think. So I'm gonna try it one more time and then I'm gonna try one more build and then probably gonna leave it there because we've been here for a long time and I probably need to do some stuff. And I want to get the story done too. I'm not gonna speed run through it. I'll spend my time with it. I'm gonna try with Axe one more time. I don't know if it's gonna be better or worse. We'll see. I guess I'll keep piercing, remove that, and remove those. See how it goes. I think that's it. I didn't need to remove everything. More crit. There you go. Yeah, his accessory is pretty good. But, yeah, they're both pretty good. They're definitely worth having. At least both. Break. Damage cap. His accessory can't be used in arena though. But it's whatever. He's mostly a... Looks like they're trying to focus him as a breaker unit more than anything. Let's try against that same guy. Because... I want to see if I hit high numbers this time. I'll just wait. I won't bother attacking Marin this time. I'll just wait. That's a better idea. Maybe I'll try once. This is better. Okay. Sure. Okay, that's surprising. You know, that went better than last time. I don't know why. Yeah, it kind of was expected to have a better break. 14,000? I don't know. Yeah, there's quite a lot of units that have break skills, but they're kind of useless when they got bad break anyway. I'm gonna try one more build. I think this build is probably gonna be a very good build to use, if you even want to try to use him in arena. Maybe I'll try this one more time. I always say that, one more time, and then it will end up here for ages. I'm gonna try crit build with Icy Guardian, and I'll leave it there, because we've been going on for ages. He died. Wow. Okay. Well, go. That's good. They're dying. Yeah, everything's great. They're all dead. Nice. I like seeing that. I think the piercing's pretty good. With the axe and stuff. We've been doing that with Bane. Or Lagraine. Either one. They're both good with it. Yeah, we got pretty lucky with him. It's kind of funny, really. We got both Zaix and Mia, but I don't think we got a single Ark on rate up. It's kind of funny. Well, I guess I can talk about him a little more. He's interesting. He kind of like an improved version of his original form. His breaking is kind of similar, which is great. And his DPS is pretty good too. For arena, I'm still trying him out. He seems like his damage in arena is okay, but nothing crazy. I want to try Icy Guardian. What I think makes him better is probably the fact that we don't have many ice units. So that helps. Now I can put on a machine with Trishula now. There you go. Best ice unit, well, it's kind of easy to say that because we don't have enough ice units. So it's probably an easy yes. Because we got like 2 ice units. Basically, we've got Summer Leona and then Zaix now. That's it, really. So it's not difficult to be the best ice unit. And Leona's been out for a few months. She came out last summer, I think. That's quite a long time ago, so he is expected to be better. Probably more useful of the unit too. Has good break. Not many units can be a good breaker. And his damage pretty good too, and you can steal items if you even care about that. I think that's all I need to change. Yeah. So I'm going to be going with Trishula, basically the same build, but with Trishula and Machine and with Icy Guardian, just to see if this works well at all. I don't know if it will, I don't know. Should do something. Sure. Well, it's always difficult to decide who to pull for because they're always releasing new units, but I'm assuming most people's accounts don't have an ice unit. So for that reason, Zaix is going to be useful for pretty much everyone. I don't know what I think yet. Did Marin... Nobody's dead. I like it when people die in games. I think maybe the piercing's better against tank teams, for sure. Icy Guardian's probably not the best thing to use for this, is it? No. Doesn't look like it. Doing damage definitely lower. I can only really kill 3 and that's it. Okay. Skill 3 go. Never mind. Good enough. Yeah, you can pull for everything. I usually try to do that, but recently I haven't. But I get them anyway because I get lucky. Okay, they died. That's good. Morin won't. You will. And then probably Roland's next. Yep. Well, I should probably try this against a less tanky team, maybe. But... well, if you just think about it, the fact that his banner has other rate up units is completely fine. Unless you care about getting off banner stuff that you would rather have. Because it's the same chance to pull the unit, or the Ark anyways. So, it's fine. I think. Anyways. Yeah, 0.8% is still sad, but it's something. Who should I go for? Probably wait. Yeah. And now I can do nothing. Okay, whatever. I didn't have a chance to move. Are you... basically auto doing itself right now. You're gonna die. Probably. And everything? Maybe. That's good. That was good. I'm gonna wait. Because... you. Huh. There you go. Yeah, I guess so, but... today... we did get a dupe of Granadus. So... that was lucky, it still happened, we still got an off banner. Because we're like that. 8,000. Yeah, I don't think Icy Guardian is going to be any good. Probably because a lot of units, especially tanks, have less damage from crits anyways, so... probably gonna go back to the axe build. I think that's the way. I don't know why this is so good, but it is. I don't know why this Ark's so good. Because it seems to be doing better than everything that I'm using. I would have thought Trishula with Machine Boost would do better. But for some reason it doesn't. Unless I'm dumb, which I am. I have nothing to counter that argument. Let's do a few more just for fun, because I like it. And then I guess we'll finish up soon, because... I don't know what else we can do. I mean, today we've done a lot today. We fully built him to 92 SC. Yeah, Mia is still decent, but the problem is her damage cap is way too low. It's depressing, really, how low a damage cap is compared to new units. Like, think about it. Mia can reach like 20,000 damage cap, dual wields. But the good thing about it is her lightning bolts that can do extra hits. That's great. But Zaix is here doing 70,000 damage cap, 3 attacks, randomly. Yeah, Mia being able to debuff enemies' thunder resistance is pretty good. I understand that. She can be great for that. Let's do a few more. Maybe I should do some more difficult teams now. I probably shouldn't. Yeah, I usually forget everything about every single unit in the game because there's too many. Always Lagravos first. That's fine. Vayne. Probably. Die. You die. This is great, but I'm gonna die soon. Probably. Yep. That's good enough. Yeah, like Rain with Mia was pretty good in Arena. I used to use that for a little bit. But now Vayne just counters any Thunder DPS, so no point. Lagravos is gonna steal all my kills right now. Don't do it. He did it. I'm gonna use this. Ah. You're dead again. Whatever. I think it's pretty great that we have access to a lot of different arena teams, and we can do a lot of arena things. I think it's pretty fun. Because I personally really like arena in this game, which is shocking because in most games I don't really enjoy arena that much, but in this game I just think it's pretty fun. I don't know why. I think just the gameplay of this game is just a lot better than the majority of games. So I just like messing around with teams and units in arena sometimes, occasionally, especially when there's a new unit like this. I know he's not going to be good in an arena, but I'm trying it anyway because it's fun. Okay. Can you kill Gorm? Almost. Never mind. You're gonna die, but I'll try. I don't know who I'm targeting anymore. I'm just spamming skills at this point. It's pretty fast, you see. I'm quite impressed with this damage. Uh, 17, 18,000, I think. I don't think anyone's going to be using him in arena in defense or attack teams. I really don't. 23,000, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anything else I want to do? I don't know. I kind of want to keep messing around in arena, but I know eventually it gets boring and I don't need to because I don't need points. I don't want arena points right now because I'm fine with my points for top 50, and there's like 2 days left. My defense has been getting a lot of wins recently. It's funny. Yeah, well, it's up to you if you want to pull for him. I'm gonna finish up now too, because we've been here for almost 2 hours 40 minutes, I think, and I don't think I can physically talk any more than I have. Well, I am right now. I think it's a good unit, but he's definitely not the best unit in the game by far. He's still a top tier unit. The thing is, every unit that's releasing right now is going to be a top tier unit, no matter what unit it is. Basically every unit recently is good. So, they've been doing that for a long time. They release good units. Even if they're not game breaking, they're still strong units that are going to benefit your account anyways. So, well, apart from a certain someone that we kind of forget about. She gets left behind and nobody cares about her. She's just crying in a corner. This unit, nobody cares about her. I don't even use her because she's just bad. That's the only unit recently that's been bad. Every other unit, they've just been great. But obviously on the higher end of DPS, we have units like Vayne, which is currently... He's probably one of the best units in the game, because he can be used in arena and time trials and hard stages, and has high DPS. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll see you next time, hopefully. That's going to be in like 2 weeks. I still have some work to get done over the next week or so. I like seeing that sub screen pop up. It's rare that happens. Thanks for subbing, man. I always make it awkward, don't I? I always think so. Anyways, I think Zaix is a great unit. He's not the best breaker in the game, but he's probably in the top 3 for sure. Because he has higher skill stocks when you use his magic skill. And he can restore SCT with that magic skill too. But the only problem is he can only use it once per quest. So, if you're up against a boss and you need to break him multiple times, or if you're up against a boss and they are very difficult to break, and you need to use a lot of skills, then you're going to need Honey Elixir as well, or at least some way to get more SCT, because what he has isn't going to be good enough. Because you can only use this once per quest. Which is sad, because I was hoping I could just keep using this like a normal Honey Elixir, but you can only use it once, because it makes sense. Skill Docs +1 during wave. Yeah, if you could stack that, that'd be crazy, but I was mostly thinking about the SCT, because I really like doing that. But I think it's a great unit. I've still got to test him out. I always say this, but I like messing around with the unit, just having fun with them by myself in my own time, like in arena and maybe some of the story or multiplayer or something, just to see how good they actually are compared to other units that I would rather use. But the thing is, there aren't really any other units I would rather use because he's ice, and the other option you have is Summer Leona. So Summer Leona or Shift Zaix. If you've got Summer Leona, you probably don't need Zaix as much, but again, it's nice to have another ice DPS unit. Maybe we'll have more. Summer Leona is still pretty good. Her DPS probably good. I don't know if it's better than Zaix. Probably not, because Zaix backstabs are pretty strong with the damage caps. Pretty crazy. Doesn't Leona have some break too? I think so. I think the wave buff or something gives break. Maybe. Chance to boost damage 200% to guarding enemies. That's funny. I think she has some breaking or something, I swear. I don't remember because I haven't used her in a while. Boost break during skill attacks. Too random, yeah. Her breaking is not that great though. Compared to Zaix, Zaix is definitely a 100% better breaker. If you care about using the best breaker in the game, then probably use Murren. But Zaix is probably behind Murren. Or DXR somewhere up there, but he needs a lot to work. Like, he needs Honey Elixir and stuff. He can only have one skill stock of skill 3, so there's a problem. But Zaix can be a good DPS too. I don't think he's really a supporter unit. He doesn't really have anything that supports the team, I think. I think most of this is just for extra damage for himself. And movement speed, extra hits, chance to evade attacks, rear attacks, stuff like that. Chance to survive, so... Yeah, and he's got the thing that when there's no charismas active, then he gets more damage and stuff, so he's kind of more focused on a main unit by himself, to be a main DPS / breaker unit by himself, and not supposed to be buffing other units, because he's kind of a selfish guy, you know. I guess that makes sense that he's just selfish. He just cares about himself, so he's just going to be by himself. Doesn't want to be supported by other people. That kind of makes sense. I'm just coming up with that, but it makes sense. Now, another thing is we've got Graphel here. Her banner's still up, as well as Zaix banner. So you've got a choice of either one. If you're a newer player, you're fine with either one of them. They're both good. They're both good to have on your account. It's up to you who you want. I would personally go for Zaix because he's a cooler looking unit. Graphel's just annoying because her English is terrible. That's the only reason. She's still a good unit, I know. It's just, as a characteristic, I don't like it. But it's got a UR Ark there too, if you care about that. It's kind of difficult to say. Again, I can't be the judge of what you should and shouldn't do. You should pull for who you want, because at the end of the day, both of these units are good. Pretty much every unit that releases nowadays are strong, because that's why so many people are ranking higher in time trials now, because the newer units have such high DPS compared to older units. So we're no longer using units like Lukel for that time stop anymore, and other old units, because their DPS is just too low compared to newer units nowadays. I think that's all I can say. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm kind of dead. My voice is dead now. I think so. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be messing around with story and also some other games and stuff. Maybe I'll try to do some videos. I always say that, but can't guarantee any videos. I did do a few this week, like Knights of Dragons and stuff, but most people don't care about that. That was just me complaining about the game. If you care about that. Most people won't. It's a dead game at this point. I used to be my main game before this one. But if anyone plans to do any summons, then hopefully you get him. I think if you do plan to summon on this banner, the only reason is for Zaix, and that's it. There's no other reason to summon on this banner. But for Graphel, the other reason is for the UR Ark is pretty good. So, it's up to you. And maybe you can get lucky with an off banner on this one. Actually, if I look at this real quick, I'm thinking about it. I think this banner, yeah, this banner goes up to Heroic Lord Roland, right, on Graphel's banner. But this one, they've recently added 2 newer units to this, so now there is Blademaster, Baland, and Alice are now added to the pool of DOH units, but only on this banner, not on Graphel's banner. So there's a very small chance that you could get Alice or Baland from this. It could happen, because I got Granadus. If you care about that, you could put one here if you want. But don't try and get them on purpose, because that's a bad idea. They're not even on rate up. It's just something to think about. So, been here for almost 3 hours. I could just ramble on for 10 minutes, but I don't want to waste people's time. I'm going to focus on adding the timestamps very soon, so wait like around half an hour or so, and they should be up by then. Then you can just rewatch this if you want to go back to specific parts of the video. And I guess I'll leave it there. I'll see you in 2 weeks from now for the next stream. I don't know what the next unit's going to be. Maybe it'll be another unit from the story. Hopefully a DOH unit. Well, I mean a permanent unit, because what was the last permanent unit? DD. Yeah, that girl that we don't use. Collab? I don't think so yet. Secretly hoping for a near rerun, because that's my favourite. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Enjoy this, everything. Blah blah.